Over the last few years, I've worked verification and investigation cases throughout Southeast Asia, mostly dealing with hidden relationships, identity deception, financial manipulation, and online fraud. My name's Carl from NeoRecon Asia, and one of the things I've noticed the most is that people tend to see the early warning signs. However, because they want the relationship to be real, they tend to ignore them. The communication feels real, the attention feels real, the emotional connection also feels real. But in many cases, the information being presented simply doesn't match the reality. And by the time people become suspicious, they've often already invested emotionally, financially, or both. So a common pattern that we see starts quite normally. Somebody will meet somebody on Facebook, social media, or a dating site, start to have communication daily, and the future plans start to progress quite quickly as well, and the relationship starts to take hold very, very fast. From here then, we start to see some pressure getting added. You're then going to start to see things like there's a medical emergency, there's a family issue, problem with the school fees. This is when the financial implications start to really come into the relationship. And what we found in a lot of the investigation cases as well is that a single individual may present multiple scenarios to multiple foreign partners all at the same time. And unfortunately for the victim, they are now usually heavily emotionally and financially invested. Some of the most common warning signs that we tend to see in a lot of these cases are repeated financial and medical issues, not allowing you to meet any of the family, avoidance of live video calls, and then also we see things like multiple social media profiles, different photos across different profiles as well. Another warning sign for us is where we can't independently verify anything. We can't verify the name, we can't verify their house address, we can't verify their work. That's a common one for us to see. And most people don't necessarily need a dramatic investigation. They simply need an independent verification just before any major emotional or financial decisions need to be made. And that may involve identity consistency checks, social media analysis, behavioral indicators, location inconsistencies, digital footprint analysis, or a broader open source intelligence based assessment. So sometimes the concerns do turn out to be legitimate, and sometimes they don't. Done cases where we found nothing and the person was legitimate, and they just weren't online very often. They just didn't have a large online profile, so therefore they were just quiet. One thing I will say is that we always need to make sure that verification is done, because that removes uncertainty. So if you are involved in an online relationship, financial arrangement, or some kind of long distance engagement anywhere in Southeast Asia, and something feels inconsistent, it's important that you step back before making any major decisions, okay? So independent verification early can prevent significant emotional and financial damage much later on. So at NeoRecon Asia, we provide discreet verification and investigating support across Southeast Asia using open source intelligence methodologies, investigative analysis, and regional operational experience also. So you can learn more or request a confidential assessment at neoreconasia.com, and thank you for watching.